Welcome back to The Insider. I'm your host, Sahara, and today we have a very special guest all the way from Florida. His name is Jeff. And before we start today's episode, I want to thank everybody who's watching and Jeff for taking time out of your day for joining me.
No worries, no worries. I really appreciate it. Like you said, my name is Jeff. I'm a big soccer fan. He wanted me to come on, and always gotta help the bros.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jeff. And who better to bring than the one and only Jeff to talk about soccer? So,
Oh,
Jeff,
please, come on, I'm a nobody.
Jeff,
It's
I
like
know
you're
you're.
introducing.
It's okay.
Good.
So I know you're a Man United fan, and I believe you guys beat Milan today, right?
Yes. Correction. I am a big Manchester United fan, and I was super happy. I was at work. I work for T-Mobile currently, and we have this new thing called T-Vision, right? So
It's okay. You can
good.
get out. I'm recording.
You recording?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Oh,
okay.
can you hear me, bro?
Yes, harap ba? This
I think people would like that on the show. Go.
me talking?
Yes.
Bruh.
Okay, get out.
He's
Okay.
Close the door, please. Sorry for the interruption. You could
no,
go
you're
ahead.
fine. You're fine. No, what I was saying is that we have like live TV playing in the background because it's one of the new things that we have to offer now. And we had the game playing tonight or earlier today. So I was able to watch Manchester United beat Milan today.
And then at the same
I
time,
mean,
Milan's a really good team.
they
Uh,
are they are they're second in the I think they're second in Serie A.
yeah, so it's not like you guys beat nobody. You guys beat a really good team. So
See, Manchester United and Milan is considered, to me at least, to me, and I guess a lot of people too, it's considered like a classico in Europe, in European football.
yeah.
You think of the big greats going against together, like, you know, everyone's gonna know Barcelona, Real Madrid, United, Manchester City, but in the Champions League and in the Europa League, where unfortunately Manchester United is playing right now, you have opportunities like this to see the big teams go against each other. Milan and United, they have a lot of history going back. You can say Barcelona, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester City recently. They've gotten a big games. So seeing Manchester United and Milan go at it again, it's like a dream come true.
I just feel it would be better if it was in the Champions League. But yeah, um,
Me too.
you think they should be favorites to win the Europa League?
Manchester United, definitely 100%. I mean, I'm gonna be totally biased there and say they're gonna win it, but definitely. But you got other good teams. Leicester City is a really strong team. Who else is in it? Tottenham is a really
Tottenham.
strong team. Tottenham are really doing really good right now.
I see Arsenal, Roma, Villarreal,
Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal.
Ajax. Ajax could be a surprise.
Ajax could be surprised, but recently they've gotten, I don't
Down.
know, down. I mean, they were lucky to beat Lille in
Oh yeah.
the last round. I really thought Lille was gonna take it, but I mean, Ajax pulled through. Even though they did win the first leg, I thought Lille was gonna bounce back, but no, they sealed it. They did a really good job.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not like a full Man United fan, but I like them because you guys have a Portuguese named Bruno Fernandes, and like and I like him because I like Portugal because of Cristiano Ronaldo. So whoever is Portuguese, I guess I support, and I really like Rashford for some reason. He's fast.
Rashford is a good player. Rashford is one of the best and exciting um, players for England and Manchester United. I've watched him debuted. It was like about 4 or 5 years ago now. In the Europa League, and he scored a double against Arsenal. So I've been through this team through thick and thin, man. Rashford is one of those players where you see him as a kid growing up into the club, and now he's number 10. He's one of the stars. Unfortunately, he's injured right now. He did play. Um, he did get subbed out at halftime for Paul, who's actually back from injury, and he scored the winner. But Rashford is a really, really good player. He's gonna be really important for Manchester United when they're building up their club. Bruno Fernandes is my favorite player right now. I've been wanting him to join the club for the past 2 years now. Ever since we were first linked to him, I'm like, this guy's it. We need him in the team. It took long, but it's been a year now, and Bruno, best player in the Premier League, hands down right now.
All right, and I guess there was kind of rumors, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Go ahead.
Cristiano Ronaldo going either to Man United or Real Madrid. You think he would go, like he would leave Juventus because he's still not, his contract isn't finished.
His contract isn't finished, but he has 1 year left, and depending on how a player is doing and the caliber of the player, it might be a good time for Juventus to sell to get something out of Cristiano Ronaldo. And at the same time, Cristiano Ronaldo, he sells himself, right? Every club wants Cristiano Ronaldo. You don't care if he's 35, if he's 40 years old. If you have Cristiano Ronaldo on your team, you're going to get your money back like that.
He sells tickets.
Exactly. I don't think it's in Juventus' best interest to keep Ronaldo and let him leave for free. I think it's in Juventus' best interest to sell him. How much would he be worth? Honestly, that's up to them. Honestly, I think Ronaldo could go right now for about 50 million.
I think I saw in the news that he was for like 30 mil, and I was like, damn.
30 is a bit low for me. I could see 40, but 50 would be a fair price.
Yeah.
Anything above 50 would be too much. Because realistically, you have Ronaldo, you're gonna sign him on a 2-3 year contract, and he's gonna score goals. He'll get probably more than 10 goals a season. But it's one of those things, like I have these conversations with my friends, and we talk about which players do we want in our clubs, how do we build it, who do you want this player? Do you want Messi? Do you want Ronaldo? And like I said, anybody would want Ronaldo, but at the same time, when you're Manchester United, for a fact, we want young players that are gonna build the team up. Cristiano Ronaldo, I'd love to have him. He's a Manchester United legend. He comes back to the team. I'm gonna buy all the jersey variations of him, no doubt. But if you ask me, honestly, brutally honest, Jeff, would you like Ronaldo back at Manchester United right now? I would say no. Just because he's old, we could use the money to buy someone like Holland. That's the player I want. Mbappe is a dream. He's probably going to Real Madrid anyway.
Yeah.
But young Sancho, I think he's coming in the summer. He didn't come last summer, but he really wants to come. He's desperate to come. So players like that in their early 20s, you want to splash the money on them. Ronaldo, 35. I told my friends, a team that I see Ronaldo realistically going to and making a big, big impact would be a team like Inter Miami, the MLS. Do the same thing that Beckham did, at a later age, but he'll still have that big pull.
I feel like that would be good if Messi and him does it too, and like if they both come to later on, not right now, of course, because like they both still have some soccer in them, but like maybe that'd be great.
Messi and Ronaldo at Inter Miami is just like it'll be insane.
And then I think I did see an interview that once, like, if he ever plays a game with Messi, he's gonna retire.
Yeah, I mean, at the day, the game is about the fans. People can say it's about money. People can say it's about winning trophies, but at the end of the day, it's no fun if you're not playing for the fans. You see multiple interviews about players talking about they feel bad because they're not playing in front of packed stadiums. They're not playing in front of fans. It changes the game too. But at the end of the day, I mean, having Messi and Ronaldo, it would be the biggest thing that happened in the world.
It would break the internet.
It would break the internet. It would break the world. It would make the world stop and be like, whoa, okay. Like imagine watching. Everybody was gonna MLS will be the the
The league
most
to watch.
popular league in the world just because of that. If both of them play in the same team, it would be the most popular league.
Yeah, and like I know since you were talking about Ronaldo and your team, I don't think it fits right. I feel, and I'm a Real Madrid fan. I think a lot of people know that.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I think he would be a good fit back because Hazard is injured a lot. Vinicius Jr. He's fast and speedy, but he doesn't finish. And right now, Real Madrid needs somebody who's able to finish and score goals because Benzema is honestly doing everything alone in the offensive side.
Yes and no. You know, you're right about Hazard being injured all the time. I think I saw a meme, but it was like a stat just to show how bad Hazard has been for Real Madrid. He's played like 40 of the available 100 games that he could have played, but he's been out for so long because of injury. Um,
A waste of time.
when I mean, this is what people don't get. It's like, and I don't know if it was in Real Madrid's head when they were like, all right, who do we replace Ronaldo? And that's always the wrong question. You never want to replace a player, because they'll never achieve that, because no one can replace Ronaldo. Having Ronaldo back, sure, it's going to make the team better. Up to how better is it going to make them? I don't know. We don't know. Is he better than Hazard? Sure. Yeah, definitely. He's better at finishing than Vinicius. Vinicius, honestly,
He has so
Vinicius is
much
a really good
talent.
talent. Vinicius has so much more, has a lot of talent, but he's falling under a curse that a lot of young players fall under. That who are really good who are really good and talented, they just get overplayed. They give them too much responsibilities, and they end up burning themselves really early. And
Unless, go ahead.
yeah, I think Vinicius Junior, he's gonna be really, really, really good, but in about 4 years, if you give him time.
Yeah,
Like as an example, I'm gonna go back to Manchester United because I live and
it's
bleed
your team.
Manchester United. Mason Greenwood had a hell of a season last
Oh,
year. Really, really good player. And people are saying, people are giving Solskjaer and Manchester United some crap because why aren't you playing, or he's playing bad. And no, this is exactly. I mean, he's a kid. He's a kid. You want him to slowly get back into it.
yeah.
Having a player like one of the things like Ronaldo will definitely bring into a club is experience. He will teach those young players. If Ronaldo goes to back to Real Madrid, Vinicius is going to learn a lot from Ronaldo. If Ronaldo goes to Manchester United, excuse me, Greenwood is going to learn a lot from Ronaldo and become better players because of the leadership and the abilities of Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's not just the goal scoring factor that Ronaldo brings to whatever club he brings, but just that experience alone to teach these younger kids, because the era of Messi and Ronaldo, to me, at least to me, is over.
Yeah, it is.
Sure, they're still playing. Okay, they're still playing, but ever since Barcelona and Barcelona got knocked out and Juventus got knocked out, that was inside my head. I was like, it's over.
Yeah,
Ronaldo and Messi, they're done. They're still great players. Don't get me wrong, but right now it's about Holland and Mbappe.
Mbappe. Yeah.
That's my guess of who's going to be the next two greats. I mean, you can have three great players. You can bring in um other players. You have
People are saying Sancho is going to be the third one
Sancho.
just because of
Yeah,
his
I mean,
talent.
I want. He's good. He's good. He's talented. Sancho is really good and talented. He definitely has the ability to be one of the greats. But when you're talking about the biggest stage and who's got the best ability, Holland and Mbappe, they're up there, man. They're up there.
Okay, and talking about those two, if you could have, either Mbappe or Haaland, who would you rather have on your team?
I'd have both, man.
Now
That's a
you
hard
gotta pick
decision.
one.
That's a hard decision. Okay, at Manchester United,
At Manchester United,
or
at
like
your club.
at my club, Manchester United. I would pick Holland, just because he would fit into what Manchester United need. Right now, when we don't have a technical striker, someone that is deadly, someone that is one of Holland's best abilities, and it's my favorite thing is his off the ball movement inside the box.
He moves a
He is
lot.
a genius when it comes to playing inside the box. Our strikers right now, Martial, Greenwood, Cavani. I mean, Cavani is like another, Ronaldo, like a mini
Yeah.
Ronaldo. He's really good.
Experience.
He's experienced. But he might leave this summer to Boca Juniors.
Oh, yeah.
So Manchester United. They really need a deadly striker, someone that is really good, and Holland would fit that. Mbappe. I mean, I've told my friends this, and it might get me a lot of slack. But honestly, I think what we see from Mbappe right now, sure, he's good. He's one of the world's best players right now. But what we see of Mbappe right now, you think of Mbappe, he has a technical ability, he has the speed. But in my opinion, and he can prove me wrong, people have said so much things about Ronaldo and Messi, and then they just step it up that next level, But right now, in my opinion, in the past 2 seasons that I've seen Mbappe played, I've seen the same player, the same tricks, the same player.
Hasn't grown.
He hasn't grown. It doesn't mean he's bad. He's still up there. But that brings me to worry. Is this it? Is this it of Mbappe? Is that what he has? Ronaldo and Messi. You say like 2009 Messi, 2008, 2009 Messi, you're like, oh my God, this is a really good player. I wonder what he's gonna do. And then a couple seasons later, he has 90 goals in one season, and you're like, oh my God, he raised it up again.
Yeah.
And then the next season, and then you're like, okay, that's it for Messi. And then what does he do next year? He wins the treble with Barcelona, and you're like, damn, they raised the bar. Same with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Ronaldo went from Manchester United being the best player to Real Madrid, became the best player again. And then you're like, all right, this is it for Ronaldo. He can't get any better. And then they win the Champions League 3 seasons in a row. So it's stuff like that make Ronaldo and Messi, two of the greatest players to ever play the game. And, like I said, I want Mbappe to prove me wrong, because you always want, to see these players grow. But the couple 2 seasons, I honestly, it's been the same player to me. Holland just came out of nowhere. Holland came out of nowhere, and he's just taken everything by storm. I think he has like 10 goals in the Champions League right now, and he's been really good. He's one of those players that last season he was here, and then this season he's like right here. And then if next season if you can get this, and this, then he's going to be someone to look at. So I would pick Holland in Manchester United. Mbappe, I mean, we have Daniel James, Rashford. They're both fast.
Yeah.
They're both gifted at their feet. Bruno, Rashford, Martial, they like to take on players. So we recreate Mbappe, but with 2-3 players. But Haaland, he just changes. He just changes a team entirely.
Yeah, and for me, if I could either pick Mbappe or Haaland, I would go Haaland either way, because I feel like Real Madrid right now we have a solid midfield. Like they're more experienced and older, and like I know Mbappe plays on the wings, but he comes down to like the midfield. And I've seen him play in PSG. And with Haaland, we could have 2 good strikers with Benzema and Haaland. And Benzema's more like a comeback ball and send it up forward. So Haaland would be perfect for that.
Haaland would be good at Real Madrid.
And he's also cheaper.
But he is cheaper. That is a good thing. I think the reports that his buyout clause for like 50 million is true. which if it is, it's gonna be a bloodbath this summer, if it's true.
It's gonna be his decision where he wants to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that gonna be the money? Because any team's gonna put all the money they can.
Exactly. They're gonna pay the 50 million up front, and they're gonna be like, Holland, here's a blank check. You know, where do you want to go? How much do you want? I was gonna go with this. Holland at Real Madrid, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I would prefer Mbappe at Real Madrid. See, I'm a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
You know, number one, and my number 2 team is Real Madrid.
Oh, really?
So, yeah,
I didn't know
like
that.
Real Madrid. yeah, I like Real Madrid. I would actually pick Mbappe over Holland at Real Madrid, just because they definitely need someone on the wide. You know, Hazard he's not cutting it. He's not cutting it. On the other side, Lucas Vazquez had a drop to right back. Who do you have on the right playing? Asensio's
usually,
out.
Usually, wait, in right mid or right back?
Right mid, right wing.
It switches like every game.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't have enough consistency. That's why I'm like, Mbappe would be a good fit, because a lot of teams right now, you know, you play, you know, fast, dynamic through the wings. Benzema definitely needs a partner. Jovic, I like Jovic. He's really good. You see it on loan at Frankfurt when he went back. He has the ability, and one of the reasons he really didn't work at Real Madrid, I think, is because he and Benzema play the same position.
Yeah.
And playing them together, sometimes I would see them bump into each other. They would be too close to each other. Jovic isn't the fastest player, neither is Benzema. Both of them like to touch the ball. They like to play. They like to play with the ball too, and you know, it just didn't work. You know, maybe in the future when Benzema does retire or starts to play less games, maybe we'll see a rise of Jovic if Jovic stays at Real Madrid. I can definitely see Holland playing, but I would pick Mbappe at Real Madrid.
I'm saying Holland if like Ronaldo comes back to Real Madrid, because Ronaldo on the wing with, you could give the ball to Benzema, you have Holland right there up forward. That's like, that's really, for me, that's the dream.
Yeah, I mean, anybody would love to see. Anybody would love to. Real Madrid is one of the teams that can do that. They can buy any player they want. You know, they say no, we can. They have the money. They have the money. If in one summer they want to drop 300 million on players, they can easily do it.
All right, so
go ahead.
We talked about our favorite teams. We talked a little bit about the Europa League, but now I want to focus on the last 8 of the Champions League. We have Bayern Munich, Liverpool, a team you probably don't like, Dortmund, Man City, another team you probably don't like, Real Madrid, PSG, Porto, and Chelsea. Which ones of these teams you think are going to be like the last 2 remaining?
Even though I don't like Manchester City, I think this is their year. I think Manchester City is going to win the Champions League. I think this is their year. They have a lot of good players. I mean,
they do.
David De Bruyne is back. Phil Foden is one of the best players right now in the Premier League. Gundogan is in the form of his life. Ruben Diaz is just amazing right now. Cancelo is doing really good. So I think Manchester City, as much as I wouldn't like Manchester City, I have this like respect for them, because I mean, you ask any real Manchester United fans, and you know, we don't have a hate for Manchester City. Yes, there's a rivalry there, but it's different. It's not a Real Madrid Barcelona where we hate each other. You know, I personally see Manchester City as that little brother that got big.
I feel like a team you would hate would be like Liverpool. Am I right?
I don't like Liverpool just because, you know, there's the rivalry there. But if there was one team that if you ask me, Jeff, what team do you hate? It's Arsenal. So let's not talk about them. You know, I want to keep your podcast PG-13 or PG at least. But I could talk about Liverpool. I have respect for them. I mean, who wouldn't respect, you know, a club that, you know, has been bad the last 10, 15 years, and now they're for several years, and now they're on the top of the world. And at the same time, you kind of feel bad for them right now, because of what's happening. You know, Van Dijk being out, Joe Gomez being out, Allison's dad dying. You feel bad. You mean, especially when, you know, you had Van Dijk, you had Joe Gomez out, and they had to drop Fabinho and Henderson to be center backs.
Everybody.
And then they got injured. You're just like, they can't catch a break. So I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, Liverpool winning the Champions League 2 years ago, I mean, it was like okay, yeah, you guys deserve it. You know, when a team deserves it, you know, I'll bite my tongue, you know, and say good job. You know, you did well. But who do I think will be in the top two? I would love to see Manchester City versus PSG. I think PSG definitely has the talent to go back up there again. Manchester City would, if they go to the finals, it would be their first time, and I think they'll take it. Chelsea is another team that I think can go far. They had a rough start.
They're really good.
Yeah, they had a rough start in the beginning, but ever since Tuchel came in, he snapped them back into form, and I think they haven't lost yet. Since
I think they had
Tuchel.
like 8 clean sheets, right?
Yeah,
no goals,
yeah.
no goals at all.
There you go. I mean, Chelsea have been bringing in the right players, you know. Havertz and Werner, honestly, they're flops. Ziyech is a flop as well. They brought in Mendy, the goalkeeper. He's really good. He sat down Kepa. Kepa should never play for Chelsea ever again. Trust me, when they dropped De Gea for Kepa and for the Spain national team, I was so mad. But Mendy, he's really good. Thomas Tuchel, he snapped them back into form. So I think Chelsea could definitely go far. Will they go to the final? I don't think so. Bayern Munich is another strong team that I believe if you told me what 3 teams, you know, Man City, PSG, or Bayern, I would love to see a Manchester City Bayern semifinals, because honestly, in my opinion, the Champions League semifinals are much more entertaining than the final itself. So seeing Manchester City and Bayern would be in the semifinals. That would be my dream. Dortmund, they're good. They're good, but they're not going to make it far. Porto, Porto got lucky. I think, in my opinion, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I think they got lucky. They're like the Costa Rica of the World Cup 2018. They're like, how do we get here?
They have such a strong defense. Really good on
they
defense.
Do.
They know how to play. They're well coached.
I know, but they play more drop back than Atletico Madrid. So I mean, Porto's one of those teams that they're definitely gonna fight. They're definitely gonna, you know, they're not gonna give you an inch of grass unless, you know, you force your way into it. So whoever gets to play Porto, they're gonna have a tough time, you know, because when you have an underdog team such as Porto, you know, they don't want to go down without fighting. And, you know, Porto being Porto, you know, nobody expects them to win, so they got nothing to lose. They're gonna play their hearts out, you know. This quarterfinal game, whoever plays Porto, you know, you can come back to this podcast, you can come back to this conversation. This quarterfinal, whoever has to play Porto, it's going to be one of the in most intense matches. Just because, how bad Porto really wants us. And they have nothing to lose. It's like Costa Rica. Costa Rica had nothing to play for. They had, no one was expecting them to, win the World Cup, go to the semifinal, go to the quarterfinal. But when they got there, they're like, we're not going to go down. We're going to. Right. They were in the group of death, right? They beat Italy. They tied England, I think. And it's like they got to the round of 16 against Greece, and no one expected them to win. But they're like, we got nothing to lose. Let's play with all our hearts out. And they beat Greece, and they made it to the quarterfinals with Netherlands. I think Porto is going to be an interesting one to watch. Liverpool is another team that I think got lucky. I expected Leipzig to win. Leipzig are a strong team.
I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, Liverpool just got lucky. Honestly, Liverpool is one of those other teams where I'm just like, dude, how did you make it? Real Madrid, honestly, don't deserve to be there. I'm saying that. I like Real Madrid too. Don't get me wrong. I like Real Madrid too. But man, I wanted Atalanta to go. It's not that I wanted Atalanta to go. They did so well last year. I wanted them to have another go at it. But there was just a lot of sketchy plays, man. Did you see the second leg?
I said, yeah, of course I saw the second leg.
that halftime whistle, man. That
was when it was first halftime when he was solo. Okay, I agree on that. I agree on that.
I'm just like,
oh, it turned exactly minute 45 and he blew the whistle.
Exactly. It's just like,
it's like I was even confused as a fan. I was like, wait, what?
Exactly. And I know exactly. I was like, okay. It's like when you play FIFA online. Sometimes the ref will blow the whistle right at minute 45, or it'll be 45 plus 2 minutes, and it's like the 52nd minute. I'm just like, come on, man, blow the whistle. But yeah, I mean, you got to respect Real Madrid. They're always going to be a strong team. I think this is probably Zidane's last year at Real Madrid. But Atalanta really deserve to be on this last 8. PSG, they're strong, in every single position. I mean, you got Navas in goal, one of the best goalkeepers. Marquinhos is a really good player. Kurzawa. You got the midfield.
They had a few injuries packed too, I think, right?
They do have a few injuries, but even though they have injuries, they have the depth that's important. You have the depth to overcome those injuries, and it's not like Manchester United where Pogba's injured and then you have to play with Fred, or it's so you mean you have in the midfield, who do you have at PSG? Verratti gets injured, you play under Herrera, so that the talent doesn't drop, the skill doesn't drop. And obviously Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, it's scary. But Man City, PSG, that's my top 2. And with ultimately Man City winning the Champions League.
For me, I'm going to be biased, but I want the finals to be Bayern Munich against Real Madrid, just because I see Bayern as a rival for the longest time. Because I remember
that's another rivalry. Yeah, it's another European rivalry. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
Me growing up, I had friends at school who they were German, and they would hate. We would be friends during the whole year, but when it came to the Champions League, he would wear his Bayern Munich jersey, I would wear my Real Madrid jersey, and we would just argue. And then we had 5 classes together, so I would see him back-to-back classes, so our conversation would move on. And for me, that's just a rivalry because we technically own Bayern. I think we've never lost to them in the Champions League. I think we lost to them, I think once, right? Maybe once.
No, I don't think so. Let me see. Let me look this up here. I got my laptop right here.
But technically, we're the father of of Bayern, because we usually always beat them and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a really good matchup. But I mean, seeing them in the finals, I mean, that's a stretch.
No,
I get it. I
we
get it. I get it.
we have experience. Our midfield is experienced, and then Casemiro didn't play, and he's a big part defensively of our team. And
Uh-huh.
we have Sergio Ramos back and Benzema. And I'm not sure if you saw the first leg compared to the second. Sergio Ramos and Benzema weren't there, and it was a totally different game.
Yeah,
So I think with the
yeah,
experience that
definitely.
we have the experience we have in the midfield, Sergio Ramos at defense. Hopefully, if we get no more injuries, then I feel like we could
Uh-huh.
actually surprise. We could surprise teams. But if okay, say I take out my bias and put Real Madrid out, I feel Bayern Munich and Man City.
Yeah, like I said, my top three: Man City, Bayern, and PSG. I don't necessarily like PSG. You know, I don't really like some of the players at PSG, but you know, you gotta you gotta respect the team when they got when they have the ability. Um, but Real Madrid, honestly, they're gonna have a tough time. If they play if they play Dortmund, if they play Porto, Dortmund, or Chelsea, Porto, Dortmund, or Chelsea, I think that Real Madrid have a possibility, maybe even Liverpool. They have the possibility of going into the semifinals. I think, yeah, the quarterfinals and then the semifinals.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard, man. Like if you put Real Madrid, like put them against the weak team, Real Madrid against Porto, like I said, it's gonna be a really really tough team to against Porto. Maybe Real Madrid can win that game. You put Real Madrid against Liverpool,
I feel
it's
like
gonna be
easily
tough
we could
too.
beat that. Liverpool. I
Yeah,
feel like our
I guess,
hardest
yeah.
our hardest matchup would be Dortmund, just because it's gonna be really hard for us to defend against Holland the way he attacks.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah.
feel if
So
we
you
could
have.
beat any team, the team I want to play, it's Liverpool, or
Uh
I
huh.
want to play Porto. Those two teams, Liverpool or Porto. That's the
See,
teams I
but
want to play.
and then that's where Real Madrid has the odds against them because out of seven possible teams, this is how I see it. Out of seven possible teams that Real Madrid can play against, you can only viably seeing them beating two of them. So
Easily,
you still have
easily, easily.
you still have five other teams that you're just like eh.
No, but
So so
I know for a fact we could beat Bayern because of their style of play. They probably have better players, but how they play with one striker up and the way they play, we could defend that.
Lewandowski's in a good form right now though.
But we defend that like we know how to beat that.
Yes, yes. But I mean, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at Real Madrid and Bayern. The last time they played head to head in the Champions League was in 2018. So that's about almost 3 years ago. No, that's about 3 years ago.
We still own them.
Um, it was 4-3. Calm down. Um, but it's like it's a different team, man. Let me see. Does it show me the starting lineup? I
uh,
mean, let me
oh
see
yeah,
here.
on my phone it does. We have Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, Luka Modric, Kovac, Kovacic. I hate how to say his name. Toni Kroos,
Kovacic.
Marco Asensio, Lucas Vasquez, Veran, Ramos, Marcelo. And then Marcelo was already old here, so he hasn't been playing the same. And I'm glad we have Mendy, who's actually playing really good right now.
He's good. He's good. I like him. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't show me here on this one.
But at the same time, you look at Bayern and they have a totally different team than what they have now. I'm looking at
Yeah,
Bayern.
Bayern. What Hansi Flick has done with Bayern Munich is it has been really really. I like what he's done with it. That's one of the biggest reasons why they actually won the Champions League last year because, you have these new players, but at the same time, you're making the squad. You're rejuvenating the squad at the same time of making them strong at the same time. Let me look at this Lazio, this game that just happened.
It didn't
Well, I mean,
destroy them.
yeah, but I mean, they didn't play. I mean, they have Neuer, and they played Newell probably because Neuer was they're resting him. But
Yeah.
Boateng, Alaba, you have let me see a better one. Something that they played probably the first leg.
Oh, and at the same time,
Or
Alfonso
this one
Davies
right
is going to
here.
be there, so he
Alfonso
could def-
Davies. Okay, this is a better one right now. So you have Neuer, you have Alaba, Boateng, Davies, Goretzka, Kimmich in the midfield, um, Muller, Sané, Coleman, Lewandowski. That is a scary team to play against. And they played against Dortmund. I'm looking at the starting lineup against when they played against Dortmund.
Oh, that was a crazy game too.
Crazy. So, and you see how Lewandowski really, really changed the game. Muller in that number 10 role being a cam, he really, really changed the style of play and made him really good. But this team right here, Bayern Munich, I think they can beat Real Madrid easily.
If I see,
Not easily.
If we run into them, we could beat them, or it could be a close game. I promise you that.
It could be one of those. It could be one of those cases where you have these teams and you have this team and you go against a strong opponent, but you end up winning. Like for some reason, Manchester United, every time they play against Manchester City, Manchester United plays a hell of a game, and they ended up winning. Like this past Manchester derby.
Saw that.
Nobody expected United to win. But I was the happiest guy on earth that day, man. But Manchester United won the game, so it could be one of those things where you're like, yeah, Bayern's a better team, but Real Madrid, they're like, they know the ins and outs of Bayern Munich, they know how they play. But I see your point. I think Real Madrid could win it, but it's one of those things where it's like it's almost, it's not a David versus Goliath, but it's like one of those things like you don't want to say anything because you don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Like you might be brave, you might be brave and confident. Maybe your bias is Real Madrid,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm a Real Madrid fan too. But I don't want to, I'm not gonna go as far to say as Real Madrid's gonna win it.
I think we can make it to the finals. I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but I'm pretty sure if we get lucky, because we got really lucky in the group stage. Yeah. In the group stage, we got really lucky with those teams, and we had a lot of injuries too. So I'm glad we got the group we got, because if we would have gotten any other group, we would have been bad.
Yeah, Casemiro, he's really good. Cruz,
he's playing at his highest right
Luka
now.
Modric. Yeah, he's what?
He's playing at his highest level right now. Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro. Cruz is a good player. Modric, he's 35 and he signed another 3-year contract already. Honestly, I thought
he looks like he's 27. Have you seen it? Well, I saw him play against Atalanta. Nigga, sorry, like he was just going off.
Yeah, he's a good player. Modric is a good player. I thought he was gonna definitely go to Inter Milan, this past summer. But yeah, Asensio, Rodrigo on the sides. Rodrigo's another good player. Lots of talent. But it's one of those players. You gotta take it really easy. Varane, Nacho, Sergio Ramos needs to get back into the lineup. Mendy, Vasquez. Real Madrid has a solid team, but I'm not gonna. You tell me Real Madrid, Bayern, who's gonna win? I don't want to be wrong, man. I want Real Madrid. I would want Real Madrid to win, but it's one of those same times where you're just like, man, it's a hard decision.
And it's a tough time. It's a tough time for technically in soccer in general, because it's COVID has been hitting like all the clubs hard. Like,
yeah.
Not just like COVID itself, but like sales and stuff like that, and money wise, players getting COVID. Like I think almost like mostly every player has gotten, like in the Europe League. I remember the one time like almost the whole team in Juventus had it, and then it hit Paris hard too, PSG.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sorry.
You just gotta keep safe. Hopefully, it all passes through soon. But you know, it's hard, and it comes back to like what I said earlier. You know, at the end of the day, it's about playing for the fans. If you don't have fans, you know, what's the point? You know, a lot of teams play differently because you know you don't have fans. You know, the home advantage. It's a real thing.
It
You know,
is.
because you have the fans backing you up. But when you don't have fans, you know, you have teams like Liverpool. You know, having I still don't think they haven't won at home since December. Um, Manchester United, they're the best team playing away. Um, so you know, you have stuff like that, you know, that's happening. Because there are no fans. So the fans they do change a lot, and when it goes when eventually it all passes through and fans are allowed to be back in the stadiums, you're gonna appreciate it a lot more.
I can't wait for that day to come back. Um, we pretty much talked about everything in soccer. Jeff, it was an honor having you in the show, and it.
Dude, an honor, man. Don't.
No,
I'm a nobody.
no. I want to tell you this personally. You mean a lot to me because I remember my first choir study in GDL. I was sitting in the back, and then the choir director was like, all the tenors over here in the front, right? So like we all moved around, and then I just got really lucky, and I think you sat next to me, and then since that
Uh-huh.
day we became friends, and then like it's just
Yeah.
like a friendship we have, and like it means a lot to me. It means a lot, and I
Hey,
appreciate
man.
you coming on like my podcast show, whatever it is.
Hey,
Yeah,
man. Hey, man. Whenever you want to, man. I really appreciate it. We have a really cool thing going. I really consider you as a friend too. And I think we'll see. I think we'll see each other in the future. Hopefully.
for sure. Yeah. Um, everybody, thank you for watching. Peace. Let me end.
All right. See you, man. Have a good one.